plays. So and we saw. I mean, I guess the first and second games weren't too different, but this third game that he played, he was definitely making some big improvements.
Yes.
And that's something I really like about hamyojo. He thinks about the game all the time. He's always thinking critically about what is and is not good, what can be improved, what should not be changed. And so we saw that really work out for him in that last set. So
now moving on to grand finals, hamyojo versus Mouf. These two did not actually play in winners. Hamyojo losing to Bananas in winners semis.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not a matchup we haven't seen before. These two players play relatively frequently.
Both very good players, so we'll see them at the top of the bracket very frequently.
Okay. Nice choice from Mouf, just giving ground, letting hamyojo try and do the risky dash attack. Oh, catching his double jump, that could be big. Doesn't have the up B to recover with. Gonna be pretty vulnerable, but does manage to dip underneath that forward air. And that down smash is super big, pushing hamyojo off stage.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And really good angle.
Yeah.
Kind of tricks Mouf into thinking that he's going to have to go back onto the stage. And actually ends up stealing the stage from him.
Good pullback from Mouf, recognizing that the needle cancel is a setup for the back air. And no DI on that forward throw. Hamlin kind of laughs it off.
Yeah.
First stock goes to Mouf.
Hamlin forgot what character he was playing against, and kind of DI'd away. He's like, gotta avoid the combos.
Yeah.
Go straight into that kill throw. One of the few good kill throws in this game.
Yeah, there aren't many, especially in like the good section of the cast.
Yeah.
There are a couple, like the Ness back throw is pretty good.
Yeah, Ness back throw, Mario and Luigi.
Back throw, yeah. Mewtwo up throw, but not characters you normally see in tournament. Oh, and recatches the situation, but then hamyojo catching it right back. It's not going to recatch though. Puts on some field pressure, but not going to be continuous. Nice down smash to cut through that forward air attempt.
And I like that Mouf threw the stitch pretty quickly. I know a lot of Peaches will get stuck on the idea that it's a stitch and they need to find the correct time to throw it.
Yeah.
And that'll mess up the rest of their game plan. But instead, Instead, Mouf just gets the stitch and he uses it to sort of instill fear and gain some stage space. So
yeah, and that's one thing if your opponent realizes you are holding onto a stitch, they can kind of start playing around it. But if you just kind of pull and throw quick like that, a lot of times it'll catch them off guard.
Yeah. So.
But I like the idea of the air dash, trying to slip on stage, but a little bit too low. Safe spacing on the back air platform. Do have to always look out for those Peach down smashes on the platform to counter hit you. It's coming up just like that.
Good tomahawk there.
Mouf getting up to dangerous percents. One good forward air could seal the deal. Okay, doesn't manage to get back to the ground though. Pushing back on stage with that dash attack. More spacing on the back air does get him thrown. Get him off stage. This is not where Sheik wants to be, but that forward air will cut through the edge guard attempts. Very nice counter. A little bit too high for Sheik to be able to contend that space. Ooh, the trade. Okay,
and Hamlin
it looked like he was going to be too far.
Yeah. And actually, Hamlin ends up taking the stock from
Yeah,
so
managed to get there in time to contest the stage space.
Mouf being smart, knowing that he can't control, he can't challenge it on the ledge. So
I bet Chino's still completely invulnerable if Sheik player does it correctly. Down throw. Yeah, that's a little bit of a scary thing that Peach can set up. Sometimes whenever your opponents are at like mid-range percents, you can do the down throw, and then even if the DI away, you can run off and neutralize them.
Yeah.
Like have it be a pretty legitimate combo. But they're too high now. And will eventually get that stock steal.
Alpha.
Not a bad position. No.
And that was really scary DI.
Yes, it was.
And actually too high for the forward air follow-up.
But that back air will seal the stock.
Hamlin looking in control.
Yeah, relatively close, but very consistent
Yeah.
in the transitions from stock to stock to stock.
He looks much more comfortable in this matchup for sure as well.
Absolutely.
But Mouf did actually have that SD in game 1.
That's true.
So,
Yeah, he did.
It was. I think it would have been a lot closer.
Yep. I think he's going to take it right back.
And Mouf is also in on winner's side, so he has more games to learn from.
Yes, he does. Down smash. Flash pretty scary, but Peach not afraid to just mash it again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that neutral air out of shield that time. Since there was a full hop, went too high to actually punish. Okay, nice empty hop in the down tilt. Recognizing that his opponent's going to be out of range of that forward air and neutral air. Very nice edge guarding from hamyojo.
Great option. That needle kind of scared Mouf a little bit, I think, and he had to up B immediately, and then Hamlin immediately capitalized with the down smash.
Yeah, definitely ready.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yep, that's going to be the stop. Most certainly not optimal recovering strats with Sheik.
Not very useful. Can't even grab the ledge with that. So.
I know, right? Some damage from Mouf, getting up in dangerous percents now. Not a bad idea, I think, with the air dodge trying to get it onto the lower platforms, but hamyojo ready to punish it. Set up that sweet spot back air. A full stock lead now. Okay, nice spacing on the forward air. Setting up for the tennis racket afterwards. Okay, very ballsy, just jabbing after that. After knowing that he's going to whiff. That is one thing that's interesting about the game, is that whenever you're shielding, the shield actually oftentimes extends. Oh, the SD though. The shield often extends past your actual body's hurt box. So safe spacing on shield can sometimes be spacing that would not hit you at all if you're not shielded.
Oh wow.
So there's a little bit of some nuance there that can happen.
Yeah. I hadn't really thought about that, but that is an interesting concept.
Nice pressure from hamyojo. Got quite the lead to sit on.
And Hamlin actually sort of tempts Mouf with, it's like, you can crouch cancel, down smash me, and spaces just perfectly so that he actually ends up punishing Mouf for that. So
yeah, definitely doing a very good job working around that option. Nice crouch cancel tech. Trying to just end it right there, but Mouf not having any of it.
Mouf knows that Hamlin likes to go for the up smash.
Well, that down smash reaching out and picking up that leg. Gonna get... Okay. A lot of Peaches would down smash in that situation and gets the dada's to finish it. Yeah, a lot of Peaches would down smash in that position to pull their opponent back over their shoulder off the ledge. However, there is a way to get around that, and if you intentionally crouch cancel it, and you crouch cancel the first hit and then stop afterwards, it'll hit you once, hit you a second time, and then pull you back in stage instead.
Right. And Hamlin actually does that quite a lot, so I think Mouf realized that that's what was most likely to happen.
Yeah, good choice with the neutral air then. Oh, yep.
Hamlin again just waiting that option out and seeing that Mouf air dodge, kind of scared.
Yeah, definitely not wanting to get hit by something there, but...
And I just realized this is a foxless like top 4.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
It's nice to see.
Yeah, we've got the boomstick Falco in for it.
Yeah.
Pretty good stage character variety today.
And looks like they're going to Dreamland.
Okay. Interesting that hamyojo would leave this one. I would think on paper this would be one of the best stages for Peach versus Sheik, but maybe you know something else.
Part of it might be that Mouf is not a particularly campy Peach, so
that could be it.
Yeah, Hamlin might be thinking that Mouf may not take as much advantage of the size of the stage as he could.
Okay. Trying to bait on double dump, but air dodges instead. Scary stuff.
But good good movement by Mouf to kind of stay out of Hamlin's reach that whole time.
Nice combo. Oh, gets the stitch face and
he catches it. There's not much distance left on that stitch face, but definitely something you got to be afraid of.
Back air,
strong back air. Yep.
Seal the stock back down to dead even. Nice down smash. Interesting choice with the dash attack, but it does set up in the perfect position to be down smashing the landing afterwards. Okay, very nice. The floating at that height from the air looked like he was about the time you'd normally drop down afterwards. Would have put him right into shield grab range, but instead floating a little bit farther and then getting the cross up.
Good mash by Hamlin. Got a lot of practice with the ice climbers.
Most certainly.
Yeah. An interesting grab. Actually grabs a little bit behind her.
Not recognizing that he'll need to go to the ledge and down that low. Snaps the ledge real quick to get the hedgehog kill. Okay, nice little dash away just to sort of bait out a movement before going into the dash deck. Got a phantom hit there in the end. And wow, and that needle very well placed.
Mouf in general doing a pretty good job of kind of staying safe against Hamlin's pressure and not being too aggressive. He's definitely recognizing that Dreamland is a large stage and he can take advantage of that.
Yeah, playing safe, playing patient. Good job floating outside of the range of the F tilt. Yeah, one of the biggest weaknesses on Peach, though, and the top level of play is her difficulty of getting up from the ledge onto the stage itself.
Yeah, not very many options. You'll see Peaches just double jumping and air dodging back onto stage.
Yeah, just to touch ground.
Yeah.
Even if they get hit, oftentimes they'll be getting hit towards center stage instead, so they'll give them a little bit of time to, reorient themselves. I don't know if that was intentional by Mouf. Shaking his head a little bit there. Might have wanted a dash attack. That neutral air bringing it right back to even.
Hamlin being content to just kind of fight for stage control instead of going for bigger, braver combos.
Yeah, setting up the safe spacing with the forward airs.
Yeah. He's just taking the game one forward air at a time, but
okay, back to center stage. Oh, that back air gonna reach past the space that forward air will reach. Oh, okay, very nice tomahawk, especially because of how many falling forward airs he did. He did must have been like a dozen this stock.
Right.
And then finally that one time, knowing his opponent's gonna respect it.
and great reverse forward air gets Mouf off stage. This is really scary.
It's a bad position.
Just above that float, just above the needle range, but catches him with forward air. I think we saw a lot of Hamlin's conditioning come into play that last like 30 seconds.
Yeah,
the tomahawk.
The tomahawks. Yeah, getting a good feel for the air dodges.
Yeah.
Putting enough pressure on him to try and bait them out.
Yeah.
Going right back to Dreamland. For expecting a little bit of damage off the platform down smashes.
Wow.
Hamyojo just chopping in with those long forward airs.
That was a smash 4 combo.
Yeah, forward air, forward air, forward air. Nice down there, tech chase.
Hamlin taking advantage of that one opening.
Yeah. Oh, and the perfect turnaround wave dash, snapping to the ledge just in time.
Mouf taking his time, flowing down, taking some time to think, I think.
Yep, trying to collect himself.
Yeah.
Okay, nice spacing. Oh, and a very nice little dash dance.
Peach's dash dance often kind of not considered, but she has a pretty nice dash dance.
Yeah, it can be very nice also for just little micro movements.
Yeah, just to go outside of your range, and then the dash attack is actually a pretty good setup for combos. So.
Yep. Very nice. Usually setting it up perfectly for the reverse hit to take that stock.
Mouf with like 3 rolls across the stage.
Yep.
Oh wow!
Snaps up the ledge.
0%.
0% to death.
Yeah. The true 0 to death combo.
0 moves.
Yeah.
A bit of a deficit now for hamyojo.
Yeah, but hamyojo doesn't let it get to him too much. Looks like he's just going back on it.
That kind of laughed it off.
Yeah. Back on that grind.
Should be able to down throw up air. No. He has out the forward air, but does still dive across stage. Those couple extra pummels, I think, very crucial there.
And Mouf, I think, might have been expecting an up air because he DI'd kind of poorly. We saw him kind of shoot sideways.
Yeah. Okay, nice down smash. Breaking through the jab pressure. Catches him not crouch canceling with the long back air. Just get some damage, lots of presence.
And we're seeing Mouf. I feel like Mouf is playing the neutral game pretty well, but I feel like Hamlin is just doing much better at getting those punishes.
Yes.
Once he gets those openings. Mouf is just getting 1 or 2 hits, whereas Hamlin is just converting them into edge guards or into really solid combos.
Yeah, I think that stock, he put him off stage at like 70% and then kept him there until 148 in the field stock. So, yeah, definitely the advantage that hamyojo has been having, taking his punishes a bit farther than Mouf's. Last stock, game 2. This could be the very last stock of Mouf's tournament life. Very nice again, dropping with the tomahawk FT jump, knocking crouch cancel down
back here. Mouf back off stage, but the float will let him get back into center stage. This is a very scary situation for Mouf to be in.
Okay, good job of Mouf. hamyojo definitely trying to set up the same position where he could bait out the air dodge and then punish after the ace.
And this is a really low float. What? Gets back.
Oh, wow, on the forward air, cutting through the peach down tilt.
Oh!
He clips him with the LT. Still be in it. Oh, but that one forward air. Very good stuff.
Really tense stuff.
Yeah.
That those last 10 seconds.
Yeah.
The last hit of up B.
Yeah, just barely.
Yeah, just barely resetting that ledge. Really great play from Hamlin. We saw Hamlin adapting really well.
Yes.
Throughout the whole tournament, really.